Hello people, how are you doing? It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Today we will talk about the mothers of invention.
The man is starting a discussion titled The Mothers of Invention.
The first section, listening. Look at the photos. 5 of these things were invented by women.
He's introducing the first section, a listening activity, asking the viewer to look at photos.
Disposable diapers, a dishwasher, a zipper,
and windshield wipers. Now he's pointing to a bulletproof vest.
a washing machine, a hair
Whiteout.
dryer. Now listen to a radio program about inventions, where you write complete the sentences with the inventions.
Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Science Today. On today's program, we are going to hear about women inventors. When we think of famous inventors, we usually think of men. People like Alexander Graham Bell, Guglielmo Marconi, Thomas Edison. But as Sally will tell us, many of the things that make our lives easier today were invented by women.
That's absolutely right. Let's take the dishwasher, for example. This was invented by a woman named Josephine Cochran in 1886. She was a rich American who gave a lot of dinner parties, but she was annoyed that her servants used to break plates and glasses when they were washing the dishes after a party. So, Josephine decided to try and invent a machine that could wash a lot of plates and glasses safely. Apparently, she said, "If nobody else is going to invent a dishwasher, then I will." She designed the machine and then she found a company to make it. At first, only hotels and restaurants bought Josephine's new machine, but today the dishwasher is used by millions of people all over the world. The car was invented by a man, but it was a woman, Mary Anderson, who in 1903 solved one of the biggest problems of driving. Until her invention, it was impossible for drivers to see where they were going when it was raining or snowing. They had to open their window. The name of Mary's invention? Windshield wipers. An invention that definitely improved the lives of millions of people was disposable diapers. They were invented by a woman named Marian Donovan. Her father and uncle were inventors, and when she had young children, she sat down and invented a diaper that you could use and then throw away. Anybody who has a small baby will know what a big difference disposable diapers make to our lives. But although she invented it in 1950, it wasn't until 1961 that an American company bought Marian's idea. Today, more than 55 million disposable diapers are used every day, and Marian's invention has been made more eco-friendly. Now you can buy biodegradable diapers. And now to our next inventor. In 1956, Betty Nesmith Graham was working as a secretary. Like all secretaries at that time, she used to get very frustrated and angry when she made typing mistakes. In those days, if you made a mistake, you had to get a new sheet of paper and start again from the beginning. Then she had a brilliant idea, which was to use a white liquid to paint over mistakes. Her invention is called whiteout today. Miss Graham was a divorced mother, and her invention made her a very rich woman. Her son, Mike Nesmith, became a famous pop star. He was a member of the American group The Monkees. And finally, police officers, soldiers, and politicians all over the world are protected by something that was invented by a woman. In 1966, Stephanie Kwolek invented Kevlar, a special material that was very light but incredibly strong, much stronger than metal. This material is used to make bulletproof vests. Stephanie's invention has probably saved thousands of lives.
Thank you very much, Sally. So, if you thought that everything was invented by men, think again.
The second section is grammar. Make 5 true sentences using the words in the chart. For example, the dishwasher was invented by an American woman.
Disposable diapers were invented by Marian Donovan.
Okay, more?
How about Miss Graham's invention is called whiteout today? Another true sentence is more than 55 million diapers are protected every day.
Good. Let's move on. Look at the 2 sentences below and answer the questions. An American woman invented the dishwasher. The dishwasher was invented by an American woman. Do the sentences have the same meaning? What do you think?
Yes, they do have the same meaning. They just express the same information in different ways, one in the active voice and the other in the passive voice.
The passive voice. Good. In which sentence is the focus more on the dishwasher?
Sentence B, the dishwasher was invented by an American woman, places the focus on the dishwasher.
Yes, the second. In which
Exactly.
sentence is the focus more on the woman? The first one.
Sentence An American woman invented the dishwasher because an American woman is the subject of the sentence.
Let's go to Grammar Bank. Learn more about the passive and practice it. Complete with present or past passive. For example, the Eiffel Tower was completed in 1889.
Many of the things we use every day by women. The verb is invent. Since it's a general statement, we'll use the present passive.
Many of the things we use every day were invented by women. In the US, most children are educated in public schools. Number 3. Australia was discovered by Captain Cook in 1770. How about number 4?
For number 4, this morning means it's a past event, so I was woken is correct.
Woken. Number 5?
For number 5, it is played, as this is a general present fact.
Number 6.
For number 6, last year indicates the past, so were recorded is correct.
Next.
For number 7, nowadays suggests the present, so are made is the correct present passive.
Okay. Next one.
Number 8, the correct present passive is are some.
Sung. Number 9. These birds aren't.
For number 9, that's right, aren't usually seen as the correct passive form for number 9.
Okay, the last one. Wrong.
And for number 10, the phrase is wasn't built, as it's a famous proverb referring to the past.
Built in a day. Yes, that's true. Rewrite the sentences in the passive beginning with the highlighted words. For example, Shakespeare wrote Hamlet in 1603. Hamlet
Sure.
was
For the
written
first sentence, how
by-
would you rewrite it in the passive, starting with the iPod and the iPhone?
Yes. Let's go.
It would be the iPod and the iPhone were designed by Jonathan Ive. Does that make sense?
Yes. The iPod and the iPhone were designed by Jonathan Ive. Yes. The next most Mediterranean countries produce olive oil. Yes. Olive oil is produced by most Mediterranean countries. How about number 3?
Number 3 would be Uranus was discovered by Herschel in 1781.
Yes. Herschel discovered Uranus in 1781. Uranus was discovered by Herschel in 1781.
That's correct. For number 5, it would be Mr. and Mrs. Clark and Percy were painted by David Hockney in 1970-1971.
Okay, let's return. Number 4.
The Men in Black movies were directed by Barry Sonnenfeld. Shall we move on to number 5?
No, let's write first. The Men in Black movies were directed by Barry Sonnenfeld.
Got it. Number 5 would be Mr. and Mrs. Clark and Percy were painted by David Hockney in 1970-1971.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Clark and Percy was painted by David Hockney in 1970 and 71. Good. How about number 6?
Number 6 would be Blue Suede Shoes were not written by Elvis Presley.
Blue suede shoes
Blue Suede Shoes were not written by Elvis Presley. How about number 7?
wasn't written by
Blue Suede
Elvis
Shoes
Presley. Yes. How about number 7?
Presley.
The
Number 7 would
Harry
be
Potter books were written by J.K. Rowling.
it would be Hyundai cars are made in South Korea.
Hyundai cars are made in South Korea. Hyundai cars are made in South Korea. I, yes. The last letter is I. Okay, now is correct. Number 3, reading and vocabulary. Verbs: invent, discover, etc. Match the verbs to the dictionary definitions. These 4 words: base, design, discover, and invent. What is the first one?
For the first definition, verb to find or learn something for the first time, the correct verb is discover.
Discover. Good. For the second,
Verb for the second definition is base. That matches the example based on a true story.
yes, base. For number 3,
For number 3, verb to draw a plan that shows how to make something, the correct verb is design.
design. Yes. For number 4 is invent. Complete the did you know? Fill the blanks with these verbs. Okay, let's go. Did you know? One of the most famous logos in the world is the Nike logo. It was, starts the letter D.
That's a good start. Given the context of the Nike logo and the list of verbs, the word should be designed.
Designed by an American student, Caroline Davidson.
I think the word there should be given, completing the
Given.
phrase, she was later given.
Yes.
Perfect. What about the third blank?
The third blank.
That sentence is talking about canned food and Peter Durand, who invented it in 1810.
Invented.
So,
Yes.
and for the last blank, so cans were opened with difficulty.
Open. How about number 5? When people at toy company Parker Brothers were first, starts the letter S.
The word for blank 5 should be shown.
Shown. Yes, the board game Monopoly. Good. Number 6. The modern game of golf was invented in Scotland in the 18th century. It was
It looks like the next blank is for number 6, about the game of golf. Based
Yeah.
on the context, it should be played.
played. Good. Number 7 by Min and was, starts the letter C.
You're doing great. The sentence goes on to explain how the word golf originated. So number 7 should be called.
Called. Okay. Botox was first
The word should be used.
used. Okay. 9.
How about discovered?
Yes. Good. Good answer. Then
Yes,
last
discovered.
one is
That
they.
looks right.
Read the text again. One of the pieces of information is not true. Which one do you think it is?
Based on the text, the statement about golf being an acronym for gentlemen only, ladies forbidden is likely not true, as that is a common myth.
Yes, you are right. Pronunciation. This sound like sh, ed, sentence, stress. Listen and repeat the words and sounds.
4.39 Shower, dishwasher, invention,
Dishwasher, invention,
special,
special,
washing machine.
washing machine. What 4 ways can you see for spelling the sh sound? Which one do you think is not typical, go to the sound bank. This sound is used for S8, shut, shoes, wash, finish. For TI plus vowel, patient, information. And for CI plus A, special, musician. The answer for this question is C8, is not typical. Which one do you think is not typical? The sound is C8. The question is, how is ED pronounced in these past participles? We have 3 columns with D, T, and the rule is when the verb ended with T or ed, for example, created. So let's put created. The next one, directed, and invented, painted, because this T pronounce should be ed, created, directed, invented, painted. About these 2 groups, for example, this word, for example, based, it should pronounce ed like T. So, based. And the other word here is produced. Because when you pronounce the last sound, the main verb, for example, base or produce, this sound is called unvoiced. You can't feel vibrate. You can't feel in your throat. But the verb call, I can feel this vibration, called. The next one, design, I can feel it. And discover, I can feel. And use, used. So the last sound, use, I can feel in my throat. Listen and check. Underline the stressed syllable in each multi-syllable verb. Let's listen and underline the stressed syllable.
4.40 Dog, d. Called, designed, discovered, used.
Tie, t. Based, produced.
Id, created, directed, invented, painted.
Discovered, invented, painted, produced. This is one syllable used. Called, based, one syllable. Listen and write 6 sentences. Then listen again and repeat. Let's listen and write.
4.41 1.
The washing machine was invented in the U.S.
Okay.
2. These photos were taken with an iPhone. 3.
This wine is produced near here.
Number
4.
4.
Who was the movie directed by? 5.
Who were those pictures painted by?
Just a sec. Who were those pictures painted by? And the last one.
6. The cash machine wasn't invented until 1967.
Invented until 1967. Period. Okay, people, thank you very much for today. God bless you. See you next class.